Hi, Coach Casey Moore here, catching instructor, hitting instructor, and owner here at the Hitting Zone. Today we're going to continue on our discussion that we started last week about the 5 absolutes of hitting. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into each of the absolutes moving forward. Today we're going to cover absolute number 1, which is the load phase of the swing. Essentially what the load phase of the swing is, in its simplest terms, the way we describe it to players, is it's simply negative movement away from the pitcher towards the catcher, shifting our body weight back from a 50-50 athletic position back to our weight getting onto our back foot. The load provides us with storing up energy, so every young player is familiar with putting a rubber band on their thumb, pulling it back to stretch it out, store up that energy, and then letting it fly. Essentially, that's what we're doing here in the load phase of our swing. We're getting back into our backside, we're storing up that energy, but the other thing we're doing is we're creating our timing and our rhythm in our swing. So the load is very important, both to store up energy so that we're powerful driving back into the swing, but also to establish the rhythm and the timing that we want so that we can be on time with the pitch. Some of the important things that we look for in the load for players, when we get to our athletic stance, from this point in our swing, we always want our head to be between our knees and our knees to be between our feet. So even as we shift our weight back and have that negative movement towards the catcher, as I shift my weight back, you'll see that my knee stays on the inside half of my foot or even all the way inside my foot. This puts our body in a position to drive forward rather than stacking up our back hip, our back knee, and our back foot, which puts our body in, if we let our knee get out here, we're in a weak position, we can't even drive forward, our foot's gonna roll. Or if we're here, we're more in a jumping position, so we might go up and then out, rather than staying back into that hip, into that knee, keeping the foot, the knee, and the head in that alignment so that we can drive back forward. The other thing that's really important in the load is that we get our hands into the proper position. I don't like a lot of movement in the hands. I prefer players to get as close to that position as possible in their setup. And then when they shift back, it's just a little rock of the upper body. And the important things that we talk about here are mainly the knob of the bat needs to get to the catcher's feet, pointed to the catcher's feet as we get back into this position. What that does is that puts the barrel of our bat back over our shoulder and back behind our head a little bit to where we're in a really nice launch position. And that sets us up for when we do initiate the swing in the later parts of the swing and get the bat moving forward, the bat's going to be able to get on plane inside the ball and generate some bat speed because it is slightly behind our head. We don't want to get wrapped around our head too far, but we want to get back behind our head a little bit. That back elbow, again, everybody's heard get your back elbow up. We do want to get that up. We just don't need to get it crazy high up. So as we get that knob of the bat to the catcher's feet, back elbow gets up parallel to the back shoulder, very similar to the position a boxer would be in to throw a knockout punch. So drawing that straight back before punching forward, it's the same idea in our swing. We're getting movement back, drawing everything back, getting our energy stored up, knee inside the foot, my weight's mostly on my back foot, knob of the bat to the catcher's feet. That's the load phase of the swing. For more information, more videos, or to inquire about private instruction, visit us at thehittingzonestl.com.